Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be diving into my everyday vanity. Now I normally like to do these types of videos once every couple of months where I go into my everyday vanity, I take the products that I'm not using out, I put products that I want to use in, and I just reorganize it. I try to keep my everyday vanity pretty minimal. I don't like to overwhelm it with too much product because it is where I get ready every single day, so I want to make sure that the products that are in there are there for a reason. So we are going to curate it today. We are going to organize it and make it look a lot better. It's going to be very, very satisfying organization porn. I hope you're excited for that. If you are curious, I will put links to the past vanity curating videos that I have done so that you could see past collections that I've put together. But without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, everything is looking like a complete disaster. It's completely unorganized. Nothing is in the right place. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually just go through everything and take out the things that I know I actually want to keep in here, and I'll let you guys know why. So let's first go category by category so it's somewhat organized, and let's go into first the foundations and the concealers that I actually want to keep in here. So I definitely do want to keep my YSL Touche Eclat All-in-One Glow Foundation. One of my favorite everyday foundations, super glowy, very natural looking. I don't need two of these though. I'm gonna keep the shade B30 because that's my shade right now, and I'm gonna get rid of the shade B40 because this is a little bit too dark. It's sort of like my summer shade. I'm also going to keep the Thrive Cosmetics CC Cream. This is a new product that I have been testing out. I've been really enjoying it. Also great for every day, so I'm gonna keep that in there. The Nude Sticks Nudies Tinted Blur Stick is another one of my favorite foundation products. This is like the ultimate no makeup foundation. I love this, especially for the gym, so I'm gonna be keeping that one in there. Concealers, I'm definitely going to be keeping my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. I have been loving this. I haven't been able to stop using it, but we are trying to narrow things down a little bit. I don't need to keep both of these concealers in here, so I am going to keep my Cover FX concealer, and I'm gonna put the Makeup Forever concealer back in my makeup collection, just because, like I said, I don't need more than one, and I know that there's gonna be another one that I'm gonna wanna keep, so trying to narrow it down here. These are the other foundations and concealers that are in here that I'm actually not going to keep. You have the Tarte Shade Tape, Glossier Skin Tint, Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick, Jouer High Coverage Concealer, and the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I like all these products, but like I said, just not necessary to keep all of them in here. So I'm gonna put these back in my makeup collection. These are the priming products that I have in here. I've got the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer, the Kiehl's Booster. This is like a glowy primer, and then the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. These two are pretty much exactly the same. Definitely don't need both. I've been really enjoying this one lately, so I'm gonna keep that one. And I think I'm gonna put both of these back in the makeup collection. Like I said, they're both good. This one especially I really like, but I've been using this one so much, I sort of want to switch it out for something that I haven't used quite as much to give something else a chance. So I'm gonna put both of these back. I've got two loose setting powders here, the Hourglass Veil and the Glossier Wowder. Gonna keep the Hourglass one, I'm gonna put the Glossier one back. I like this, but right now this is a little bit dark for me. It's in the shade light medium, and I think that's actually the lightest shade that they have, but for some reason it always darkens my foundation, which is a little bit annoying, so I'm gonna put that one back. Okay, let's go through bronzing, highlighting, and blush products. These are the three highlighters that I have in here. I've got Nude Sticks Hey Honey, Nude Sticks Illuminati, and then this ColourPop one in the shade Glaze. I am going to keep just the Nude Sticks Hey Honey. I love this for every day. It gives the most amazing like glossy glow, and I just prefer this color to this one, and I also don't really use this ColourPop one. These right here are the powder bronzers that I've been using. I've got the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in Golden Light. I've been loving this. The Marc Jacobs coconut bronzer, and then the Lila B bronzing powder. I'm gonna keep the Marc Jacobs, and I'm going to put away the Lila B, but I'm gonna keep the Bobbi Brown also because I'm actually really enjoying both of these. And this is a product, the Marc Jacobs one, is one that I'm trying to actually hit pan on. It's proving to be really difficult, but I'm trying to actually use up all of my products. I know it shouldn't be like a victory when you use up a product, but for me it really is. And I really want to try and actually get through my makeup. So I am gonna keep this in my vanities to hopefully actually finish it. These right here are the 4 blush shades that I have in my vanity. These two actually look very similar to one another. That's the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Bare Peach, and this is MAC Gingerly. And then I have 2 cream blushes, one from Oak & Fort, one from Lila B. Honestly, right now, because springtime is approaching, I've been really into brighter blushes lately, like pinkier blushes, rosier blushes, and these are quite neutral and a little bit not boring, but boring. So I am going to actually put all of these back and just completely revamp my blushes that I have in here. As far as brow products go, I am actually going to keep everything as is. I'm not going to add, I'm not going to take away. I use all of these equally and I love them all. We've got the Glossier Boy Brow, the new Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, which is my favorite brow pencil, and then the Benefit Brow Setter. This is my favorite clear brow gel. I use them all for different reasons and they're all great. Okay, as far as mascara goes, it seems like I only have the Hourglass Caution here, which is fine because it is my favorite. I definitely don't need 2 of these in here, so I'm just gonna keep one. And I'm also going to try and include another mascara in this vanity so that I could actually use other things because that's my job. Oh, actually, there's this Pat McGrath mascara in here and I've been testing this out. I actually really love the way this mascara makes my lashes look, but I'm not really sure about the longevity of it. It did sort of smudge on me the last time I wore it, but I do want to give it another chance. So I'm gonna keep this in here just to try it out again. There are a lot of pencils in here that are completely unnecessary. I'm only gonna keep a few in here. One of them definitely is going to be the Anywhere Caffeine Lip Liner from Makeup Forever. You guys know I love that one. I'm also going to keep Boldly Bare from MAC, just because it's a great nude pencil. And as far as eyeliners go, I think the only ones that I'm going to keep are the 2 Marc Jacobs, the brown and the black. This is Earthquake and this is Blacker. They're both amazing. As far as liquid eyeliners goes, I have this new one from Pat McGrath here that I have not yet tried, so I'm going to keep it in here to try it out. I don't usually use an eyeshadow primer, but I do have an Urban Decay one in here just in case I do want to use one. Should I keep it in here? I think I am going to keep this one in here. Also going to keep this paint pot in Laying Low. Okay, let's go through the lip products. This is gonna be pretty easy. I don't usually like to keep a lot of lip products in here just because for every day, there's not really a lot of lip products that I reach for. The only 3 lip products that I know I wanna keep in here are this Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit High Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Send Nudes, Glossier lipstick in Cake, and then this Lano Lips Tinted Lip Balm, just really great for every day. I definitely don't need all of these over here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put them back. Ooh, you know what? I'm actually also going to keep this Buxom Gloss in Celeste because it is absolutely stunning. So sparkly, so beautiful. One of my favorite glosses, so I'm going to keep that one in there. 2 random eyeshadow toppers, one from Hourglass and one from Marc Jacobs. They're both so beautiful. One is in Smoke, the other one is in Topaz Flash. I'm not going to keep them in here because I don't really use them enough to have them stay in my everyday vanity, but I do love putting them on when I want a little bit like an extra special sparkle on my eyes, but I think to keep in my everyday vanity is just really silly because I just don't use it enough. This is a liquid bronzer from Niod. It's the photography fluid. I do really like this, but for some reason lately I haven't been reaching for it as much as I normally do. I sort of want to switch it out for another liquid bronzer, so that's what I'm going to do. We've got the Dior Contour Palette. I'm actually going to keep this in here because when I do want to contour, I love this shade right over here and I like having it on hand, and it's nice and small, which I like. This is an Hourglass palette that I use literally every single day in my life. I use these 2 shades quite often to set my under eyes. I use these blushes pretty often. I use that highlighter. I even use the bronzer. I use everything in here. So I'm definitely gonna continue to keep this in the vanity. I've had this by Terry blush palette in my vanity for months now. It's a wonderful palette, which is why I've kept it for so long. I just love the shades in here, but I just want to sort of revamp the blush shades that I had in here like I mentioned earlier, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Eyeshadow palettes. Okay, let's narrow it down. Well, Riviera palette is something that I just purchased, which is why it's in here. This is definitely not an everyday palette. It's quite bright, not really the everyday shades that I typically go for, but it's really just in here because I wanted to remind myself to use it, but I mean, I'm just gonna put it back in my collection. I love this Dose of Colors Katie and Desi palette. This is the Friendcation palette. I use it actually quite often, but I think honestly for all these palettes, I'm just gonna put them away and just put in something fresh and new in here. The only thing I'm going to keep in here is this NARS one because I have been meaning to try this, but because it sort of slipped in the back of my vanity, I haven't really realized that it was still in here. So I do want to try it out. It has some really nice neutral shades. It's really nice for like an everyday type of palette just to have. So I'm going to keep this one in here. Last but not least, I've got the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I am actually going to put this one away. I've been using it so much recently, but it's so similar to the First Aid Beauty one, which is what I'm currently keeping in the vanity. So I don't think it's necessary to have both, and this is a little bit more like drawer friendly. That was actually a lot quicker than expected. I'm now going to put all this stuff away, and then we're gonna move over to my actual makeup collection and start picking new products. Please don't mind the excessive mess behind me. Let's just pretend that that's not there. I just want to say, first of all, that a lot of the products that I use quite a bit, I keep in this makeup bag. This is the makeup bag that I actually travel quite a bit with me, just like around. Like I throw this in my gym bag in case I have to do my makeup at the gym. This is like my on-the-go makeup bag. I actually did a video all about this. So a lot of my favorite products like the MAC Face and Body, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer, they all live in here, and I'm going to keep them in here because this is like the most perfectly curated little makeup bag and I don't want to mess it up. So whenever I do want like my MAC Face and Body, I just know to grab it from here, and that's why it's not in my everyday vanity, in case you're wondering why that's not living in there. That's the reason. So as far as foundation goes, I don't really think I want to add too many other foundations. I think just one more would be fine, and I'm going to put back in my Clinique Even Better foundation. This was actually living in my vanity, but for some reason it got displaced. So we're gonna put it right back in there because I love that stuff for every day. It's just so natural looking, has really good coverage as well. As far as powder goes, I think I'm covered with powder. The Hourglass Veil Setting Powder is perfect, and then I also have those powders in that little Hourglass palette, which I love and use all the time. So I don't think it's necessary to have another one of those. You know what? I wanna go back to the basics and put in my MAC Strobe Cream. This is a product that I used to use all the time. I have not put this on my face in so long, but it's such a pretty glowy product. It doesn't have any shimmer in it. It's pretty natural looking. So I do want to pop this back in there to try and play with it again. It's in the shade Gold Light. Believe it or not, as far as concealer goes, I actually am just going to leave it at just the Cover FX Power Play. I don't really think I need another one. And like I said, if I want to use like the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away, which I often do, I'll just go into my little makeup bag. So I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, let's dive into blushes because that's something that I need to completely replenish because I don't think I have even any in my current vanity. So I'm gonna put 3 different blushes in the vanity. I'm really excited because they're all very like bright and spring-like, and they're all pretty versatile. So both of these are the Laura Mercier blushes. The brighter one is in the shade Grapefruit, and then this is Chai. Really nice, like more neutral pink blush for my more neutral days. This one is really fun. It looks very scary in the pan, but if you apply it lightly, it gives just like the most amazing, beautiful, bright flush to the cheeks. I love both of these quite a bit. I really like the formula of them. And I'm also going to include this Buxom blush. This is the Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush in the shade Ibiza, and it's just like a cool toned pink. I feel like I haven't really played a ton with cool toned pinks lately, so I wanted to include it in the vanity. All 3 of these blushes are all very different from one another as well, so you got some nice variety. So because I do already have a cream highlighter already in there, I do want to put in a powder one, and this one from Anastasia. This is the Amrezi highlighter. I really haven't gotten enough use out of this, and it's so beautiful. It's such a pretty color, and it just gives like the most amazing effect to the tops of the cheekbones. So I do want to include this one because I just want to get some more use out of it. I really wanted to put in a more, not shimmery, but a bronzer that has a little bit of a sheen because the 2 bronzers that I already have in there are both matte. I wanted to put in something that I could either layer on top of the matte bronzer or just use completely in place of it. So this is the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Capri Coast, one of my favorite more like sheeny bronzers. This one is so beautiful. I'm gonna put another bronzer in there. Please don't judge me. I know that's 4 bronzers, but I use bronzers the most in all my makeup products, and I feel like especially when spring starts to come around, like I just wanna be the most bronzed and the most glowy, so I just use so many different types of bronzing products, and I need to have my Bondi Bay from Nude 6 in there because it's just the best. It's a cream bronzer, it looks beautiful, it's amazing, there's not much else to say about it. I talk about it all the time, so I just have to, okay? I'm also gonna put in my Nude 6 cream blush in Sunset Strip. It is the most beautiful blush color, and I actually don't have any cream blushes in the vanity, and I love cream blushes, so this is a great one. I'm also gonna put in a liquid highlighter. This is the one that I've been really enjoying lately. It's the NARS Super Radiant Booster. It's a really pretty liquid highlighter. I really like putting this actually underneath my foundation and then putting my foundation on top, and it just gives a really pretty like glow from within type of look. It's super nice. As far as eyeshadow products go, I actually think I'm just gonna leave it at that NARS eyeshadow palette because if I want something a little bit different, I'll just go to my makeup collection and grab another eyeshadow palette, but really for every day, the only shades that I wear are shades of brown, and that palette really doesn't have everything that I need, so I just don't think it's necessary to clutter up the vanity with excess things when I just don't really ever use them. And I also like, I love those little sparkly toppers. They're beautiful and I use them quite a bit more for like nighttime looks, but again, I'll just go to like my makeup collection to grab them when I need them. I don't think I need to actually have them live there. As for lip products, those are constantly switching in and out. I don't really feel like I need to include too many more lip products than I already have. The only 2 other lip products that I want to pop in there is this Burt's Bees tinted lip balm. This one is in the shade Niagara Overlook, and it's a matte lip crayon in like a really pretty coral color, actually very similar to the blush shade. There it is right there. And it's just really nice for every day just to throw on. And I'm also gonna put in my Kosas lipstick in Stardust. This was actually already in there. For some reason it got displaced. Also a pretty similar color. So then do I need both? Yes. And now I'm going to reorganize and you're gonna watch. It's gonna be really, really fun. All right, so that actually finishes off my whole entire vanity declutter. I'm actually really happy with what we did. I feel like it's way more condensed than it's ever been. I'm really being a little bit more picky than also I've ever been, which is a good thing. Hopefully this will stay organized for longer than last time, but once it becomes disorganized, I'll be back with another video like this. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and that you found it helpful. Hopefully it inspired you to go through your own vanity and clear it out and switch things around and, you know, just get a little bit more inspired, especially now that the new season is on its way. So do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And of course, subscribe if you want to join the fam. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.